So, yeah, we have some news for you guys, too. You want to tell them, Anya? Dada, you want to tell them?
We found out some news yesterday that Gianna we are currently 6 weeks pregnant and expecting. We weren't expecting it, I guess you can say, no pun intended, but yeah, so, in Russia.
We knew that the best decision for us was to have the baby here at home. Even though I kind of went back and forth in my mind, like, Kyle, I can really do it. I can have a baby in Russia. I can have the baby in Russia. He's like, no, it's best for you to be home because you have the support system. You have your mom, you have your family, you have friends, you're in a house that's comfortable. But I think the biggest thing is always not having Kyle around. I think that's like the biggest absence of them all. And, you kind of get used to, with us, and especially for the past year and a half, 2 years, with the amount of transitions that we've gone through, from getting married to me moving overseas with him, to finding out we were pregnant literally within weeks of me moving over there, to being pregnant, to having a baby. You get used to either being together or you get used to not being together. And, we always try to mentally prepare ourselves for that, kind of like that 2-week period where it's the week before we leave and the week after we leave, where those are probably the toughest times. And, instead of focusing on a lot of the negative things, not having him around, us not being around, it's mainly just focusing on the things that we can control. Having those morning conversations, making sure that we say goodnight to each other, making sure that he's a part of bath time when he's up that late. Those are the certain situations that we try to control and that he can still be a part of, whether we're here at home or whether, we're in Russia.
When my family was leaving, it was definitely difficult, especially, dropping them off at the airport. My wife started crying, my mom started crying, and my sister started crying. So, I was just trying to be, strong for both of them and just trying not to really show my emotions because I knew they were definitely going to be emotional. Being away from my wife and my daughter and, having my mom and my sister here for almost 2 weeks. And, my wife, she was here for almost, I think 2 months. And we weren't going to see each other for almost 7 weeks. So I think it was definitely, difficult for her to leave because she's grown such, comfortable being here in Moscow, being here in Russia. It was definitely difficult for her to leave and for me not to be able to be with her during the last part of her pregnancy. And it was hard for me just not having them there. I'm so used to having, action going on, in my house, especially when you have kids. There's always something going on. There's always, somebody doing something or something going on. So to continuously come home to an empty house definitely was, I wasn't used to it. But I knew that, she was going home with a purpose. She was going home to wait to give birth to our son. So for that standpoint, I was sad, but I was also, kind of happy because, I was anticipating the birth of our son.
I had plans. I was working out. I was trying to get my snapback on, and it caught us by surprise, as much as a pregnancy can catch you by surprise. And then once we calculated the due date, we were like crap, it's right in smack dab in the middle of the season. We didn't have the schedule for this season yet. We didn't know what we were going to expect or come across once the schedule came out. But we were like, crap, it's in the middle of the season. This is going to be impossible.
The plan is, I'm first I'm very fortunate and very lucky to play for a team and a club that's very understanding. They put the main things, Jessica, is that they kind of put family first. So I asked the coach probably a month ago that, my wife was he knew that my wife was going home to give birth. And I told him that, I wanted to go home for the birth. And he said it was no question that you would, that we would allow you, we would give you permission to go home. The same with, I talked to, Natasha, the vice president, and our president, Mr. Ratun. They said it, was no question that you would have the ability to go home. So they're going to allow me to go home, and I'll have the opportunity to go home for 3 days to see the birth. Right now, she's due January 5th, January 6th, actually. She's due January 6th. We have a game January 4th, so I'm going to fly straight after our game in Barcelona and fly straight to Philadelphia to be there for the birth on January 6th, stay there for 2 days, and then come back and then, continue the season back here in Moscow.
Having a boy, I just don't know what to expect. You always have people in your ear saying boys are crazier, they're just more energetic, you're going to have a harder time with boys. But honestly, if our son is like Kyle, I feel like we'll have the easiest time ever, to tell you the truth, because, everybody knows, like, Kyle's so laid back, he's so chill, and if he takes on his dad's personality, I'm like, listen, I'll probably have an easier time with him than I did with Anya.
We tried to talk about every scenario. Before we were talking about maybe trying to change the flight on the fly and trying to, find different scenarios of what would happen. We decided that if that was the case, that I would just try to watch it on FaceTime. My wife, she has, all the team managers and the sport directors' numbers, and so if I'm in practice or anything like that, she's going to give them a call and let them know the situation, let them know what's happening. So that's pretty much going to be it. Hopefully we're not in the air, we're not traveling or anything like that. I can get an opportunity to be home here and watch it on FaceTime and kind of be with her and kind of enjoy that moment with her. But we're crossing our fingers, hopefully, and it doesn't happen. Hopefully that, I'll have the opportunity to be there. I'll have the opportunity to, see them and witness the birth. So by God's grace, we'll see what happens. But if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, then we'll figure it out.
We didn't realize how much of a blessing it was going to be, but the baby's due date is right around the holidays. Right around the holidays where families come together, friends come together, people come and visit, people have time off from work, So it actually worked out in our favor to where we have people that can come over and stay with us and have time off, and they come and check on us. So it's been a tremendous help from my mom, who's been here literally every single day, to Tatiana, who had break from college. Like, that's been a huge help because she's been over here. Kyle's brother Tyler, Ron, Mike, Amaris, like, I can name everybody who has been over here just to kind of help out, and just the Johnsons, like Alicia and Dube and Dallas, they come down here and literally they just entertain Anya for the entire weekend. And it's just great because they know that, one, I need the help, I need the rest, and two, Anya's kind of that person that brings people around. So we didn't know that it was going to be like this. We thought about the negative, like, it's in the middle of the season, how is Kyle going to get home? But then on the flip side of it, it's been like the perfect timing to where family and friends come over and they stop over. So it's been a wonderful 5 weeks just having people come over. And at this point, I don't mind at all. I'm like, come over, help, take out the trash, wash some dishes, fold some clothes, come eat. It's been fun. It really has. It really has. Oh, Christmas morning was great. The first thing I did when I got home, before I even unpacked my bags, was put up a Christmas tree. I got pajamas, we cooked breakfast for everybody. And it was basically because this was Anya's first Christmas at home. This was going to be the first Christmas that she was not necessarily going to remember, but she was going to be able to participate in. So I took it pretty seriously. Anya's face lit up and everybody was around the Christmas tree, opening up gifts, singing songs, just being goofy. And I think that's really what it's about, is just having family come together. And for me, honestly, at this point in time, it's family coming together, eating great food, and just having great company and sharing a lot of laughs. So that's exactly what it was.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day. We thank you for another blessing. We thank you for an amazing holiday with family and friends. We thank you for bringing us together, for a special child, Anya. It's her first Christmas home in the States. So, thank you for the food that we're about to eat. Thank you for the hands that prepared it. Bless, Gianna, and the baby that's coming in the next few weeks. And let us enjoy our day, and let us also look over Kyle while he's over in Russia doing this thing. Thank you for allowing us to hold down in the fort for him and do what we have to do and keep moving. Amen.
Amen.
It's not easy sitting here on Christmas Day and watching Home Alone or watching, these Christmas shows and different things, and then teammates coming in the locker room and talking about, how their kids were when they're opening up gifts and presents. It's difficult, but it's part of the sacrifice.
I've done what I needed to do during this pregnancy to make sure that I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm in a great mental space, I'm still having a great time. I think it's very important to enjoy your pregnancy personally as well as with your family and friends. And I think all of that kind of leads up to a great experience birthing your child. So, with 7 days left, I'm just like, let's go 7 days. I'm planning them out. Like, I got New Year's, which I'm probably not going to do anything. My birthday, probably just going to get a manicure, pedicure, eat some Red Lobster biscuits, keep it moving. And really just it's really about preparing for Kyle's arrival. Because once he gets here, it's one of those things where it's just like all of this weight kind of just is all off my shoulders, because I feel as though him not being here and potentially having to go through this labor experience without him, I'm kind of in the position where I kind of need to kind of figure out things, like call people and make plans and things of that nature. But having him here, like, all of that goes away because he just handles it all. He handled it last time. He came in 48 hours before I went into labor. I could barely open my eyes when I was having contractions. And all I remember is like his feet just pitter-pattering up and down the stairs, getting everything together. I don't even think he knew where everything was, but he got it together and he handled it. Like, he called people, everything was set. So I know that once he gets here, once he lands, once he's in America, once he's in New Jersey, all I had to do is have the baby and everything else is taken care of. So it's a great feeling. It is a great feeling.
Happy New Year! From Moscow, Russia.
The New Year, I'm going to my teammates, along with their wives and significant others. They're going out to, have some dinner at one of this really, really nice restaurant. So I'm gonna go join them. I told them initially I didn't want to go because I didn't want to be like the fifth or sixth wheel. I didn't want to be that, the one guy sitting at the end of the table and everybody's, all coupled up. But I have a good relationship with all of them. So, I thought it would be cool just to go out and spend some time with them, get some laughs, and just kind of let loose a little bit. During this period, especially around this period, we're so focused on, basketball, so focused on our craft that it's important for us to kind of, be able to unwind a little bit and enjoy the holidays and enjoy New Year's and, enjoy, having, some champagne and, a little bit of good food and some good times. So that's my plan.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New
Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Maybe some peanut ball.
Yeah. What's that?
So this is what I think we should do. And the baby's still kind of turned back, okay, which is normal. So what I would like to do, maybe just for like a half hour or so, is actually put you on your side with what we have like with a big peanut ball.
It is really good with epidurals.
Yes, to just kind of help to coax the baby to come down and turn on his own. because right now you're pushing great, but it's a little ineffective just because of the way the baby's positioned.
Oh, okay.
So I think, and I tried to kind of manually turn him, but sometimes they just like to do it on their own. Okay. And that way that'll save you some energy. There's no rush.
We're gonna do.
Yeah,
we're gonna put the baby on his side.
Big, like, yoga
We're
ball.
gonna put Gianna on his side so the baby will naturally turn for about a half an hour, and then we're gonna try to push again. Okay. Okay, but she's good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you want.
All right. Okay. All right.
Officially afternoon baby. Yep. She checked on me downstairs. I was 6, and then when Dr. Ricci checked on me first time up here, I was 10.
Okay.
Last night we had Italian, right?
Yeah.
It might have been the tomato sauce. I had a gnocchi filled with pesto, and it was delicious. And bacon wrapped scallops from Luna Rosa. That's probably what did it. But honestly, I had fallen asleep on the couch and I had woken up because I felt like I was going through contractions. I was like, no, it's a dream. And then no, I was like, I feel something different. So I was like, let me go upstairs. And I went upstairs, I went to sleep. And I would say around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I started to feel, contractions. And I was like, this feels very similar to what I experienced with Anya. I'm like, no, I gotta wait till Friday. But then, they started coming on pretty quickly, and I was like, I think something is gonna happen. And honestly, my mom was supposed to go back to New York today to go check on her cats, and she was like, I'm gonna be out of the house by 7, go up, drive back, you'll be fine. I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. And when I knocked on the door, I said, Mommy, you're not going anywhere.
Come on, hurry up. Get in the car, let's go. Well, I'm glad I started early at 6 o'clock. Something told me just let's get out of bed, let's get showered, let's go.
Let's go, right?
Yeah. So here we are.
I said, I think something's happening. And the contractions at that point were pretty close together. And I called Kyle, and Kyle was like, oh, you're fine. He was like, last time you weren't even able to talk through contractions. He was like, so you're good. It was probably like, Braxton Hicks or just early stages of labor. You'll make it to Friday. And I was like, no, I don't think so. And I called him back and I said, yeah, so the hospital told me to come in. And he's like, oh, okay. All right. So who should we call? And basically that's kind of how it happened. Got my epidural, so I'm hanging out, and we're gonna start pushing soon, and hopefully meet the little one.
How you feeling? Nervous?
Nervous. Super nervous.
Thank you.
My general manager came and told our trainer and our coach,
you want to tell her?
she's about to push.
I'll tell you
So I
on
went
you're
down
going to
to
tell her
I was
when a
watching
good
on
time is.
FaceTime.
And then whenever you figure it out.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there by myself, nervous,
Yes.
sweating.
She would have to turn this off.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Well, he'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I rushed home, but I didn't even take a shower. Just put my clothes on. This is
Oh, you're home now?
Yeah, I just came home.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you want to talk to him?
No.
Oh, you still worried about ankles? I mean, you're in a good place.
Yeah, the epidural is wearing off a little bit, so I'm starting to feel the pressure, but we're gonna keep it that way.
Hey, Kyle. Hey, Kyle. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah. And this is Abby.
It's Abby.
Hi. Abby.
She's my partner.
Nice to meet you.
Good.
Taking good care of her.
We're watching your docuseries on TV.
We love it.
Your docuseries.
Talking to a celebrity.
Yeah, we're using it to channel inspiration and motivation. All right, we're back.
How you doing? You feeling more pressure, you think?
Yeah, I
Party in here.
Again, part 2.
I
Yeah, I didn't press the button again because I feel like that would help me push.
Yeah, let's see how we do. Okay, let's see if this baby turns.
Okay.
I'm gonna push
Okay,
again.
cool.
Let's push. You're jogging up and down the hallway.
Alright, so when you start feeling that pressure, you're starting contraction.
1, 2, 3.
Good.
Push those buns down.
All the way back.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Beautiful. Deep breath.
Yeah,
A little bit more, a little bit more.
Come on,
There you
girl.
go. That
was a great one.
Nice deep breath in. Good. And push. Just one more push. Nice deep breath in. Good. And push.
1, 2, 3. Push.
Do it. Do it. 3, 4,
Girl.
5, 6. Get it. Push it out. Push it out.
You got it.
10.
We'll wait for a contraction.
Okay. All right.
Get your other side.
I'm gonna wait for a contraction, Kyle.
Okay.
You are doing so good.
Right.
I still want that Red Lobster tomorrow.
I know you do.
Ooh, cheddar.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, push.
Push. 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
I think I'm liking Justin too. Daddy, it's your decision.
Oh, name?
Justin it is.
Justin.
Perfect set. What's his name?
It's Mama. It's Mama.
I'm feeling a very huge sense of accomplishment, to tell you the truth, and very overwhelmed, but totally in love with this little person. I don't know, giving birth is unexplainable, and you're just overcome with emotion once the baby's here and in your arms. But he's perfect. He's perfect. Justin's perfect. It happens so fast. Becoming a family of 4 happens so fast. And nobody can plan and nobody can tell you how to, like, what the blueprint is to raise your family, you know? We have a great system in place. And I think that's what's important. Like, we built a great foundation going into being parents, which has been such an amazing journey, especially with Kyle, because he's like the best father ever. You know, my mom says it all the time. She's like, you have the greatest guy ever. And I'm like, I do. I really do. He's waking her up in the morning. He's feeding her. He's motivating me to go to the gym. He's putting her down for naps. He's like, go and take a shower, relax, I got this. He's coming in right from practice and giving her baths. Sometimes he sacrifices his naps just so that I can do what I need to do, and he'll watch Anya for that time. So, you know, as far as transitioning from a family of 3 to a family of 4, I feel like it's not going to be that difficult. Even when I talk about going back overseas and our apartment not being able to accommodate, you know, a toddler and an infant, he's just like, you know what, we'll make it work. And that's kind of the mentality that he's always had, and it's been so important for us to have him as kind of like our leader of our family, because he's always just so positive about any change that happens or any difficult situation, and any distances that we might face along the way with me going home. He's just like, G, you got this. Like, I know you got this. Don't worry, the time is going to go fast. 5 weeks, 6 weeks, the time is going to go fast, and then we'll be together again. And then he's like, I know I have to go back, but guess what? The next 2.5 months are going to go fast, and you'll be back in Russia before you know it, and then we'll figure it out. And that's been so important. So I think, like, honestly, from a family of 3 to a family of 4, it's going to be 10 times the amount of fun. It's going to be 10 times the amount of craziness. But I wouldn't choose this path or this adventure with anybody else besides him and Anya and our little baby boy. I'm looking forward to it.